content is perhaps the single most disruptive event of the past 20 years. The reason for that is it changes the notion of what's real. When I type something into Google, I get a set of results. There is absolutely no way to distinguish from authoritative information and completely random information published by anyone. Right now, we are in this amazing transition of user-generated content, and that's blogs and wikis and Wikipedia, in which there's a lot of confusion around authentic and authoritative knowledge and individual knowledge. And we are not yet in our education, in our training, in how people understand how to consume that reliable. The real key is we have to be able to start to distinguish between it and teach people and help people understand when you go get back 30 search results from Google, you have to be far more critical in your evaluation of the authenticness of that result than I had to be as a kid. When I went and got it out of the Encyclopedia Britannica, I could take it to the bank. Today, when you see once again that Joe Schmo died on Twitter, that's an interesting piece of information, but it's not a fact. And we have to somehow figure out how do we help integrate that knowledge of user-generated content, which without question is incredibly valuable, with this notion of how do I assess it and how do I make sure I assess it and give it the right priority. I think we're going to see trust become more and more important, and one of the things that underlies trust is identity. In other words, in order for me to trust you, I have to actually have authentication of who you are. And so I think some of the most important technologies that will start to become more widely distributed in a very short time is how do you authenticate who someone is. So it's one thing to know it's Joe Schmo, it's another thing to know it's actually the Joe Schmo I know, and I know that that came from them and it wasn't faked in some way.